yesterday, what happened in the country, as you've probably seen on media, is that some young people went to make protests that they described as against corruption. And those young people, many of them got arrested, and some have been remanded to prison. Afande, I have looked at some of the charge sheets and the cases preferred against them, and some of them have been declared before unconstitutional. The president has commented on them, some of them. However, my prayer for coming here is for two reasons. One is that those events were not beautiful to see for those young people. Some of them maybe were acting out of conviction, others for whatever reason, but many of them remain young people. And my prayer here today is that we request you, as the chief fighter of corruption after the president, to help us ask the president to pardon those young people. Let them not stay in jail because of a fight of conviction on corruption. That is the first reason I have come here. The second reason is that we, like my brother Boa said, we have been listening to the president very clearly. And the president, like I've told young people, has been now at the forefront of the fight against corruption, even arresting his own, arresting members of the NRM, his own. So nobody can say the president is not leading the fight against corruption. And he has offered that because young people have joined the conversation, he wants to have a platform where he can have engagement with them that does not disrupt public peace. And I saw you saying very clearly that yes to the fight against corruption, but no to disruption of public peace. And I think that is a good way to go. And we wanted to ensure that the president does not speak, and as young people we forget that the president has given an advice and we have abandoned the good gesture of guidance. I think, Afande, I agree with you when we all say that the president is the #1 guarantor of the fight. Yes. And if the #1 guarantor of the fight has requested that if you have issues, you come and tell me, and I listen to you. And we are saying we want to request the president that for us we are ready to do that. But as we make that request, Your Excellency, some young people were already trying to, in their own way, right or wrong, they were trying to address the fight on corruption.
So if you want to make a positive change, you must follow the right procedures, you must do the needed verification, you must follow the law and what it demands. So, in this whole explanation, I'm trying to say that the youth are supposed to show their dissatisfaction with the thought of what is being done. Yes, we are all, meanwhile, all of us are not satisfied that corruption is handled the way it should. That's why, again, His Excellency the President and our Commanding-Chief, on a daily, he is either directing for more efforts in the fight against corruption, warning the public against corrupt tendencies, but achieving the elimination of corruption will take each one of us to first do what is supposed to be done in the right way. We cannot promise what can't be done. We are not going to say, let us allow these youth to express themselves the way they want. Then we will have failed to keep law and order. The work of police will always, worldwide, police is meant to ensure law and order. So if you are saying, and it's indeed it is what it is, that the youth's intention was to show their numbers publicly, that we are very many who are dissatisfied with how corruption is being fought, and starting with Parliament. That is good, but where do they want to pass in their big numbers? so that they don't disrupt. You see, human nature, once you are a group and you're passing, even if you are not talking, you will still disrupt attention. People will ask, hey, who are these? Where are they going? What is the problem? That is disruption alone. And you will have stopped someone's business because you will have maybe occupied the road where they sell from. You will stop traffic, and maybe dead people and patients will die in these ambulances because big numbers cannot walk on the pathways. They will need a wider place where they have to pass. You will cause a lot of problems that you may never have thought about. We want everybody to continue with their activities, the patients to go to hospital, the deceased to be buried in peace, the weddings to continue to continue being done in an environment that is convenient. We are all alluding to the point that I agree with, that there is need to guide these many young people on how they can express their feelings. That one we agree. That one in unison we agree as people who are in public offices or positions of leadership at whatever level.
I was on a Twitter space where you were engaging young people on corruption, and I was very proud of the leadership. 11,000 young people. I was very proud of the...
For 4 hours.
Yes.
Everyone had a tough...
Very tough.
Majority were angry and what? And they said,
And you stayed there.
I will be here.
Thank you so much. I think that was a very good gesture.
I'm trying to say that you should be the one appealing upon the heavens to bring good news. To bring good news to our beautiful motherland, Uganda. Yes. But I want to thank you very much, Chairman, National Youth Council, Jacob, for bringing these leaders who have, each one of you has good intentions and maybe initiatives, and well done. Each one of you, well done for coming out to say we need to also make our own contribution. It is what the country needs. It needs people who are going to say we're not going to sit back and wait to be fed, wait to be told what to do. Let us do something. Let us mobilize one another. Let us even take steps forward. If it means walking to some offices, we walk there. So your effort of coming here tells that you are already doing something, contributing to your national build, contributing to the general national building, because a nation is built by everyone that has zeal and will to ensure that what is happening in the nation is happening in the right way, and whatever is being done should be productive and beneficial to all citizens. So thank you for taking the time to mobilize yourselves and then mobilize others.
My name is Jared Baganzi. I'm coming from Youth Advocacy Foundation, Uganda. Basically, our organization is about empowering youth with skills and encouraging them to actively participate in politics. We are also like a check group for government. We look at governance. We look at audit and accountability of leaders. So basically, I found that's what we do. We also aim at empowering youth. Currently, we have about 12,000 members that we're empowering. So basically, that's what we do.
I am of the opinion that while, of course, in many of these actions, there will be an intelligence view of it, that possibly this is influenced and all this, but that also, of course, borders on the fact that at what point possibly can we create a space or an area where people who think they can express themselves through demonstrations, which we have had, by the way, before in the country peacefully. For example, I know of the time when the president led an anti-corruption walk, and people walked in demonstration against corruption. And I am convinced that if security worked closely with people who have the right intentions, I'm sure, Jacob, you can lead people in a demonstration against corruption, which is peaceful in a demarcated area.
My name is Obo Johnson Emmanuel.
So we are asking on the behalf of the many youth who have grievances, who have challenges, that we compile all these challenges into formidable petition and comprehensive proposal, which can lead maybe to form agendas, and bring it so that maybe your team reads through, and then you schedule a day with the president and different youth, like maybe my colleague Wadada, can tell the president what affects them as young coffee growers in Sironko or Bududa or Blambuli.
Once again, my name is Michael Wadada. I work with Youth Challenge for Change. It's a policy advocacy organization, mainly pursuing interests of the young people. And one of our key agendas has been seeing to it that the implementation of the PDM realizes prioritizing the 30% young people who are earmarked every financial year in every parish to receive the parish revolving fund. So ours is to, through working closely with the focal person, to create the awareness. The focal person can invite us, say, on a radio talk show, and we sensitize. We tell the young people, please, know your circle, know your leadership, the circle, and make sure that when they display the lists, realize that you have to make sure that if they have selected 50 beneficiaries, at least 30% of the beneficiaries are actually young people. And young people between, of course, 18 to 35 years.
Those charge sheets, I don't think they are saying these are criminals. It is about disciplining them through the right institution, which is wrong. They will come up when they will come out and know that yes, when you are told, please listen. Until you are starting to, or that you have, when your child continues to misbehave after you have warned, don't you also get some moral work? Yeah, you don't hit with the pole.